I really want to have Gracie actually like in my arms for the intro of this video. So right now Erin is trying to get her out of her hiding spot and bring her to me, but she is still so nervous and skittish that it's really hard to get her to come to us without her freaking out. I was holding her earlier today and she jumped out of my arms and landed on her back. I felt so bad, but she just gets so scared for no reason, even if you're just like holding her and cuddling her. So we have to be like super careful. Here, let me just pet her. Okay, we almost got her. Come here. Come here. Come on. Oh, good girl. Good girl. Come here, Gracie. Okay, I don't think it's gonna happen. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. I am super excited to share today's video with you because I am introducing you to my new kitten, Gracie. We adopted her a little over a week ago, and I've been so excited to share her on this channel and with you guys, but it's been a really long process getting her familiar with me and Erin, getting her familiar with our apartment, because let me tell you, it has been an exhausting week. She really struggled with coming home with us. She's a rescue cat, and she's also a little bit, she's semi-feral, that's what they say. So she spent some time out in the wild. She was born out in the woods, and then the SPCA, which is a charity here in Canada, they rescued her. So it's been really hard just getting her to like settle in like a normal house cat, and she's just been really scared. So it's been a really long process, and that's why even though we got her like over a week ago, I haven't been able to share her with you guys because I've just been giving her her space and her privacy so that she can come around. But now she's getting a little bit better. I still couldn't get her up in my arms for this video. I really wanted to be able to introduce her to you guys and like hold her in front of the camera, but she's still not ready for that because she is super nervous still. And I think she had like a little bit of a traumatizing morning because I tried to have her up in my arms, but then she jumped out and she like kind of did a little flip and landed on her back, so that made her even more nervous today. So we're just gonna go with it. She is in the room with me, so if you see her like crawl up on the bed or you hear some scratching in the background, that is Gracie. I know she's excited to meet you guys too. She's just not quite ready yet. So getting into Gracie's adoption story, Erin and I knew that we wanted a cat for a while now. We love cats, and we both grew up with having cats in our families, and we just really wanted an extra addition to our family. Cats are so like sweet and cozy and cuddly. So we really wanted to adopt one. So we decided to go to our local shelter and pick one out. And we thought it was gonna be a relatively easy process. Like we were just gonna go into the shelter, find a cat that really spoke to us and bring her home, and then it would be smooth sailing from there. But we were definitely wrong. So when we got to the shelter, they told us that like a lot of the kittens were rescued or they were feral, so they were born outside, and a lot of them weren't really used to people. So we were gonna have to be really patient, and that was totally okay with us. So when we went to look at the cats, we saw a little gray cat. Her name was Winifred. That was the tag that was on her cage, and she was super shy. She was like in the back of her cage, kind of like hidden behind something. We were able to just like scratch her head a little bit, but she didn't want to come near us or anything like that. But because she was so shy and sweet, we realized that we really wanted her and we wanted to bring her home. So we filled out the adoption application, and she came home with us later that day, and we named her Gracie. So it was a week ago from today, so Saturday, and when we first brought her home, she was so scared. Like I knew she was gonna be nervous, but guys, I did not realize like how scared she was actually gonna be. So when we brought her in the apartment and just like opened the door of her carrier, she ran and hid right away. They had told us to put her in kind of like a small room and not to give her access to the full apartment because she would just hide and we would never find her. So we brought her into our office and just let her go outside of her carrier, and she hid behind the desk right away, and she stayed there for, I'm not even kidding you, probably like 4 hours, and she wouldn't let us come near her. We could see her like visibly shaking, and I've never seen an animal like that scared. And so like it made us feel like really sad because we were so excited to get this kitten and like have her love us right away. But then when we realized like how scared she was of us for like no reason, we were really sad, but we knew that we had to be like super patient with her because of where she came from and how she was born outside. So basically what we did was we brought in lots of food and treats, and Erin and I would just like sit in the office and have a conversation with each other and not really pay attention to her so that she didn't feel like our attention was on her or we were like totally focused on petting her or like getting her out of her hiding spot. So it was more just to get her used to our voices and stuff and just like our presence. So once we did that for a couple hours in the night, she started to get a little bit more comfortable, and once we moved out of the office, we kind of opened the doors and just let her like hear us just living like out. We were watching TV and making supper and stuff, and she stayed in her little room, but she wasn't hiding quite as much. So she was like using her litter and stuff like that, but she still wasn't eating, which was kind of making us really nervous because we like knew she had to eat. She hadn't eaten all day, and she really didn't eat for the first time until the nighttime the next day. So it really took her a while to even just get comfortable enough to eat, even if we like weren't even in the room with her. Every single day we made like a few more little steps of progress, and she got a little bit more comfortable. So now we are at the point where she doesn't go in the office anymore hardly at all unless she wants to eat or she needs to use her litter, and she just comes out and walks around the apartment. She like comes up and cuddles with us when she feels like it. She has a very stubborn personality. So like if she doesn't want to come up and cuddle with you, she is not going to. We have seen that from the 10 minutes I tried to get her to come up with me for this video, but she is so cute and we love her. I think like the process of just getting her comfortable with us was like just like a bonding opportunity. So that's really great that we have her, and I'm just so happy. One thing that we are still working on is just getting her to calm down a little bit. And I know the SPCA, the shelter where we got her, they suggested going to the vet and picking up a spray that actually has anxiety medication in it for cats who are super nervous. So that's something that we might do because she's still super skittish, and even if like she's sitting somewhere and then you stand up, you might not even be like looking at her or going towards her, but if you just stand up, she'll freak out, run and hide, and like sometimes she'll hurt herself because she runs so fast and she's so scared that she'll like run into stuff or she'll just slip and like flip over, and I always feel so bad for her. So I think this week we're gonna go and pick her up some of that anxiety spray because she's just a nervous little kitty. I never really thought a whole lot about the adopt, don't shop thing. I know a lot of people are super passionate about not buying pets from breeders and just going to shelters and getting animals that way, which I really agree with now, because when we went to the shelter to pick up Gracie, there was so many animals there that are so sweet that just really needed a home. And I know they're treated super well at the shelters, like they get all of their needs met, and there's so many volunteers that go in and just like cuddle with them and spend time with them. But it is really sad to see all of the cats just like in their cages, because I just know that their life would be so much better like if they had a family to love them. So that's why I'm really glad that we ended up adopting from the SPCA, and it was actually a really great deal because we paid $225 for Gracie, but this included so much extra stuff that we probably wouldn't have been able to get if we didn't adopt through the SPCA. So she signed up for free pet insurance for 8 weeks. She got a free vet visit within the first 24 hours of us adopting her. And if she had needed any medication within that 24 hours, the shelter would have covered it fully. She's also microchipped, dewormed. She was also given a shot for a certain type of parasite, and she was spayed before we even got her, so we don't have to go through that, like bringing her to the vet and getting her spayed and like kind of the aftercare of that. So it was a great experience. Like I would definitely check out your local shelter if you're looking into adopting a pet, because a lot of times they will cover these things. And if you were to do all of these things individually, it would add up so much more and you would end up paying so much more money, even if you were to get your animal for free. Because I know a lot of people will just find like free kittens on the internet because there are so many kittens out there that need homes. So I will keep giving you guys little updates on Gracie just to see the progress that she's making. It's only been a week and she has come so far, like from hiding and just shaking like she's having a seizure. And now this morning she was in bed with me and I was rubbing her down. So it's just been a week and she's really come around. So I will keep giving you guys updates. I hope that eventually I'll be able to just like walk around and do things in the kitchen without hearing her like run and scrape on stuff and like flip herself over because she's so scared. But I'm sure that comes with time, and I'll let you guys know if I try out that anxiety medication and if it worked. If you guys have any like anxious pets at home, it might be something that you want to try. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap up this video here. I really hope you guys enjoyed hearing Gracie's adoption story. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. And also, if you like this video, don't forget to hit the red subscribe button so that you can keep up with all of my other videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!